going to do a basic cut on the chop saw using this 2x4. Again, as I've stated in the previous image, you want to put your palm down and then hold it down with your hands. This will make for a much safer way of holding the piece, and the force that you apply will be in the direction down and to the back. You want to make sure that your piece is in contact with the table and the fence. So we'll do a simple cut. Place your palm down and hold your piece firmly. You can introduce the blade, align it with any mark, if there is any mark there to be aligned to. Raise the blade off the surface, turn on the machine, and we'll make our cut. The entire time that we were cutting this piece, making sure that we were not moving the piece at all. Now, to further make this cut a bit safer, we can go ahead and place a board behind. In this case, it's just a piece of 3/4 board, 3/4 plywood. It will not go to the extent that it will meet the blade. It will not get cut by the blade. This board here is a backer board, or a dummy board, and it holds the piece as such. Now, all of our forces, when we're holding this down, are transferred down through this piece and through the plywood onto the back. On the right-hand side of the blade, it will be unsupported. This will aid in releasing the piece and making sure that it doesn't get trapped between a moving blade or any kind of force that will be making sure all the forces are accounted for. Keep your eye on this piece while I make this cut. Palm down, holding the piece firmly against the table and the fence. You see that it can move freely. It won't get trapped. It will have less of a chance of resulting in a kickback. Now, the same can be said about putting a piece here in the back. We can also put it down below. And again, it won't cross the plane. It will not be cut by the blade. In this instance, it makes sense to put this piece in a horizontal fashion. And again, our piece on one side of the blade is being supported on the base and the fence. Everything that we are pushing down, that force will go through these pieces into the table and into the fence. On the opposite side, this space here will assure that nothing will kick back. This is a very good strategy, especially if you have a piece that is warped. We talked about that space below, that if you bridge a piece from one side to the other and have a bit of space underneath, you're asking for trouble. Overhanging and not touching on one side is a very safe cut. Again, take a look at what happens to this side there when it is released. Put your palm down and place the force in a way that you are exerting firm pressure against the table and against the fence. It allows our piece to freely fall, not get trapped in between a moving blade and any fence, where if it is to be trapped and that moving blade is forcing it to a situation where it has nowhere to go, it may jump back. This scenario, this setup, is a much safer one that can take into account all those forces. You'll have less of a chance of a kickback.